Back bends are less common than forward bends. They are really valuable movements to be doing for the spine. When you bend the body forwards, that's called flexing the spine. When you bend it backwards, that's called extending the spine. And in our everyday lives, we do far less bending backwards than we do bending forwards, when you consider that sitting down is bending the body forwards. And we do a lot of that, sitting in whatever kind of chair, car seat, or any kind of sitting down movement is flexing the spine. We don't bend our bodies backwards very often when you really think about it. A lot of issues with the spine or the back can be related to the disc of the spine, a capsule-like structure between the bones. And I've had my own experience of back pain and issues with the discs, and I have found back bends are one of the most valuable things that I did and contributed to really getting through and over that back issue that I had. What you're actually doing when you bend backwards is you're squeezing. If you imagine the two bones, two vertebral bones and the disc in between, what you're doing is you're kind of squeezing the disc back in between the bones. When you have issues with the discs of the spine, it will often be because the disc material is kind of bulging or pushing back from between the bones and pressing on nerves. In fact, if it didn't press on a nerve, you wouldn't feel any pain. It's only when it hits a nerve, or when it touches a nerve, that you actually feel the pain. And perhaps by extending the spine backwards and squeezing material back in between the bones, you're bringing that disc away from the nerve that it might be touching or pinching. That is one way of looking at it. Now, I'm not a doctor. I should also say that this is not medical advice. I'm simply saying that I have found back bends were very helpful for my spine. Also, you must follow the rules of how we practice, and what I recommend is you always stay well away from pain. You're looking for sensation that feels pleasant. You're trying to avoid unpleasant sensation. So if something feels painful, too intense, uncomfortable, unpleasant, just back off a little bit, okay? Always stay a little away from what we call the edge, a little back from that place where it's starting to get a little bit too strong. If it feels nice, you're on the right track.